Her question about the play around the edge on Miles' long run, I think it was like 12, 15 yards. Like, that's a block. The block he makes, I feel like I haven't seen that block. I'm giving him very high praise because he's a great player. That's like a movie-style block, right? Where you don't see like a guy accelerate through one block and then go continue on to a next block, throw another block. I think I saw that on the only other time I see that. He made one of those same blocks against Atlanta, and I said the same thing. I've seen it against Jason Kelce do it against Atlanta. I saw Jason Kelce do it against the Saints yesterday, and I saw Billy Bob on Varsity Blues do it again in West Texas on that. Those are 3 times I've seen that play happen.
That's good. I like that from Nick Sirianni.
Coach Bro, that's better than flowers and fertilizer.
Hey, it's growing, man, though. It's growing. Damn flower is growing. Ever since he said it, damn flowers are growing out of the ground in Philadelphia.
They're growing something you may want to smoke. That's what they're growing.
Damn, hey, Sirianni, plant it, and I might smoke it. Let's go.
All right, let's focus on some teams that aren't thriving right now. Speed bump or roadblock? Specifically, was this performance an anomaly or a sign of a bigger problem as we work our way toward the postseason? Let's start with the Saints against those Philadelphia Eagles. They allowed 242 rushing yards to Philadelphia. Entering Week 11, it had been 73 per game, the best in the NFL. That is a huge difference. Is that a speed bump or a roadblock for the Saints defense this year?
I'm going to go speed bump on that one. I am. I still think it's going to end up, and it is one of the best run defenses in football. They got issues against that Philadelphia offensive line and what they do. And again, you've heard me say it, I think, the last few weeks. I know I've broken it down on my podcast a little bit. The Eagles, Nick Sirianni, he might not be the greatest, interview guy, stand in front of the podium ever, but he's a good coach. I'm convinced of that from what I see. And he's playing the right way that fits his team, and their O-line is super talented, as he just brought up with Jason Kelce, who's going to be a Hall of Fame center. But man, I think this is just one of those tough matchups with a quarterback that made it even tougher because of his ability to run and a team that's hot in the run game right now.
Yeah, and the Saints, look, their offense was down. Your offense, if it's not getting it done, your defense gets tired, your defense gets worn
100%.
out, and if the running game is working, it continues. 7 starters entering the season, Michael Thomas and Jameis Winston among them, but 7 starters not available on offense for the Saints this past weekend. That had something to do with that outcome. Bills rush defense. How about this? 264 yards allowed to the Colts, the most of any team this season. Entering Week 11, the Bills were averaging only 84 rush yards allowed per game. Speed bump or roadblock for them, Chris?
I'm going to say roadblock. I am. And they'll be fine against the lower class of the NFL. That's fine. But the upper class in the NFL, you got the Patriots on your schedule twice coming up, the Panthers, the Bucks, the Saints. No, that's why I'm going to go roadblock, because against those teams, the one thing that I worry about with the Bills, and we saw it against the Tennessee Titans too, they're not real big up front. They can get overpowered at the line of scrimmage and then have to just commit way too many assets to stopping the run, or have too many people right at the line of scrimmage to where if you do break the first level, it's watch out, I'm in the second level, and it's really just the safeties I got to beat. That's what we saw the other day. So I'm going to say it's a roadblock. I am. They'll fool us against some lesser teams, but I think it's a roadblock.
And I'm going to bang the drum again in a slightly different way. The offense is making it harder for the defense.
No doubt.
Because they won't run the ball. They're not running the ball. And so your defense is on the field longer. We talked about that earlier.
Yeah.
On the field longer, you're tired, and you're more susceptible to continuing to get gashed as the game wears on.
100%.
How about Ryan Tannehill? Career-high 4 interceptions against the lowly Houston Texans. Is that a speed bump or a roadblock for the Titans as they try to continue what had been a special season until they got on the wrong side of Houston?
I'm going to go speed bump there. I am. It's been too consistently good for too long. I mean, yes, life's not going to be easy on the offensive side of the ball with them and Derrick Henry. But, I think the elements and the way the game shook out a little bit, it was an off day. There's no doubt. They need Julio Jones to be totally ready, 100% healthy, And they need. I know A.J. Brown's playing, but I don't think he's totally 100% healthy either. But I'm still going to go speed bump with that one.
Yeah, look, I don't think he's going to throw 4 interceptions a week, but I think it finally caught up to them that they don't have Derrick Henry.
Yes, I think that's a fair way to say it. Yes.
And you get in a bad weather day like they had, and you're going to see more of them as the season unfolds, and you're going to have to go on the road, maybe to New England in the postseason. It's going to be harder. It's going to be a lot of focus and a lot of pressure on Ryan Tannehill, and they do need A.J. Brown to be healthy. They need Julio Jones. They need the passing game to step up.
They do.
And have the running game be the thing that you do because the passing game is working so well, not the other way around. All right, one more here. Or a couple more here real quickly. Cowboys scoring 9 points at the Chiefs. Is that a speed bump or a road bump?
I'm still going to go speed bump there. I mean, it was disappointing, certainly. I still think it's, hey, CeeDee Lamb got hurt. We know that. Amari Cooper wasn't there. They're missing Tyrone Smith at left tackle. Steele, who has had to fill in for him to go to left tackle after playing right tackle when Lyle Collins was out. He's really struggled at that left tackle position. And, hey, the thing that I was disappointed about more than Dallas with anything is just they got it was one of the only times all year I can look at it and go, they just got physically out hit. I mean, the Chiefs just got in their face and said, screw you, like, bring it, and we'll see what you got. And they won the battle up front on both sides of the ball. They got in the face of the Dallas Cowboys receivers. Like, to me, it looked like Dallas showed up and just thought, we're got more talent. We're just gonna beat them. We don't need to do anything special. And, yeah, Kansas City had something for you. There's a reason Kansas City's been, a Super Bowl contender and in the Super Bowl and dancing around it for 3 years straight.
Yeah, and I agree with you. Not having Amari Cooper didn't help. Having CeeDee Lamb get concussed hurt as well. I know Pete just killed the last, but I got to say this real quick.
Yeah.
The Packers defense, allowing 34 points against the Vikings, speed bump or roadblock. I think it's a speed bump. And I say that because last night, and I don't want to call anyone out. I don't want to say that it was Booger McFarland making the point, but I did. That the Packers don't have Zadarius Smith and Jair Alexander, and that's why they stunk against the Vikings. They haven't had Zadarius Smith all year. And Jair Alexander hasn't played since week 4.
Right.
And they shut out the Seahawks, and they allowed 13 the week before to the Chiefs. So they're getting it done without Zadarius Smith and Jair Alexander. There's something else that went wrong on Sunday against the Vikings, and I think it's temporary. They just hit the Vikings on a day when they couldn't get to Kirk Cousins.
Yes.
Because that's the key to stopping the Vikings.
Right.
Slow down Dalvin Cook and get to Kirk Cousins.
No doubt. I think they got a little too worried about, stopping Dalvin Cook. They messed up a few coverages downfield. And forget, Zadarius Smith. Yeah, he hasn't played all year. Yeah, it'd be great if Jair Alexander was out there. Rashawn Gary. That, to me, was one of the guys. That was the biggest miss of the game. He's the one that's been kicking butt there. But, yeah, they caught a team on a hot day, and Jefferson and Cousins were on fire, and they ran the ball just well enough that Green Bay had to worry about that too much, and I don't think got to play the normal coverages they want to play. It's a film I'm very excited to watch later today.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.